And I'll tell you what, if you wanted to have a program and you wanted everyone in the country, which we are going to do and going to address, the ability to have pre-existing conditions covered, you can do that and you can pay for it and you can make it economically viable. If you want kids to stay on until they're 26 years old, you can do that without the taxes. But the problem is you've got to look your buddies in the eye in Washington and say, insurance companies, we're going to break up your monopolies. Lawyers, we're going to get you out of the operating room. We can't afford to have you in there anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm one of the few in Congress that's actually provided health care to the poor and the needy. I worked in this building for 10 years. I know what the safety net looks like with health care. It does not look like what Washington has produced and what is shoved through and trying to force it on America without even giving a chance for not just the Congress, but the public to read a law before it's forced in. We should never hear the words again, you'll know what's in it after it's passed. Should never hear that again. So I ask you, if your friends are saying, I want to have these good things, you said, fine, but we don't have to give away the farm to Washington and their insiders. We don't have to give a monopoly to insurance companies. The same people who talk about car insurance and being required are the same people who refuse to force the insurance companies to allow cross-state purchase. You can buy your insurance, other insurances across the state. Why not your health? I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact of how much lobbying and pressure is putting on in Washington. And I'm sorry, my friends on the left have to look their lawyer friends in the eye and say, Joe, I'm sorry, I would rather my daughter, my son have insurance than for you to continue to skim huge amounts of money off the insurance issue. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this bill was called the Affordable Act. We've got a consumer protection agency that's been created, and I'd love to have them look at this so-called Affordable Act. The price of this act is twice of what was projected, and the revenue for it is half of what was promised. Now, if any private sector company came to you and gave you that kind of estimate, if they ever dropped your revenue and doubled the price after you had signed a contract for it, you would darn well better have the right to go to that federal consumer protection and drag them before court. I think in November we're going to see the voters drag the leaders of this issue forward and say, you didn't do it the way you promised, it's not affordable, go back and do something that not only provides the baseline health care we need, but stop subsidizing the trial lawyers and the insurance companies and create a monopoly with our taxes, So I ask you, please, when your neighbors are saying, but there's things I like, you ask them, what do you like? And what they will say is those two items. Then you say, then why can't we just tell the lawyers and the insurance companies they're going to have to do without subsidies and monopolies rather than asking the American people to do without our hard-earned money and, most important, our well-served freedoms. God bless you very much.